Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play the mission in Overlord. So this game is, I'm back at it in World War II, and I mentioned, I don't know whether you remember, but I mentioned I like to try a strategy game, so I'm looking at a few of them. I came upon this game, called Combat Mission, a game that was made by Big Time Software, released around 2000. Now it's available on battlefront.com, but I don't know whether this exact game is available. It's still available on GOG.com, but then there are two other games in its series. I mean, this game is the first one, in Overlord. The next one is called Barbarossa to Berlin, so it deals with the Eastern Front. The third one is Africa Corps. Or Corps. I don't know whether that is German. I think German, you pronounce everything, right? Even the S at the end of Corps. So I think it's Africa Corps. Anywho, yeah, that's the third game, deals with desert warfare. In terms of Americans, it kind of goes back and it completes the cycle, I guess, because that's when the Americans first was involved heavily in warfare in the Second World War after the Pearl Harbor. But then, yeah, this is the game that deals with D-Day and action after that, as the Americans and the Allied troops made its way through occupied France, also some part of Italy, and through Holland and Netherlands, met German resistance at Battle of the Bulge, but finally arriving at Westfall, or I think Siegfried Line. So yeah, this game covers around 1944-1945, and yeah, pretty good. From what I tried so far, from what little I tried so far, pretty good simulation of warfare. Of course, there's approximation going on. The graphics are not really that good, but definitely gives you that taste of what can be achieved in a different system than, I guess, Panzer General 2 when it comes to simulating warfare. I mean, this game deals a bit more... well, this game kind of has a smaller scale. I think you control regiment. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the size of people. I think that's, yeah, regiment level or corps. I'm not so sure. I'm sorry. I tried Panzer General 2 and other war games, but just can't really grasp that, the level of unit size, army size. But then I think you control like regiment or corps, and you as a commander give them orders. But then the special thing, what separates this game from the usual turn-based strategy is, this actually is phase-based. So there's a planning phase and action phase, and it happens simultaneously for both you and your opponent. So in planning phase, you set up your troops, give them order to move and attack, and after you have set up everything, press a button and everything goes into motion, just like you ordered. And the same thing happens to the enemy, and during that action phase you get to see for a minute what is exactly happening. Of course, there's some approximation involved and some streamlining of what is actually happening on the ground, but yeah, it gives you a pretty good approximation, and you can actually view it and rewind it after the action phase is over. So yeah, it's pretty interesting take on strategy, and I guess it overcomes some of the drawbacks in the turn-based strategy, because in games like Panzer General 2, if you do a pretty good recon in the first turn, you can have an advantage by moving your troops to be better prepared, and there's basically little element of surprise, and can even gain upper hand if you can discover them like hiding and destroy the units in the first turn, because you have the first move. But then this game is a bit different. Everything is kind of fairly set up. So yeah, and then this game is available, I don't know whether I mentioned it, on GOG.com, and this is actually the first game that was released in 2000. Yeah, I think I mentioned that. Yeah, okay, everything's a blur. So yeah, you have a lot of missions like this. Crazy, really. Around 200 or so missions, it seems, from rough counting. And all these missions, well, I mean, it is kind of a scenario, so one-off. and there's not really much of a connection in between them. They're all yeah, they're all organized, I guess, alphabetically. I did manage to copy every information from the available scenarios and then organize them somewhat based on the date. So if I want to make this an LP series, I need to probably make it chronological so that we get to experience this game as things progressed from D-Day. That's my plan. Yeah, but then I don't know exactly what to expect, because I like to have a bit of a gradual increase in difficulty on a kind of a sloping curve of difficulty. Some of the early missions, I think, if this game wants to emulate historical facts, some of the early goings were, I think, the hardest for the Allied troops. Especially, I remember around Khan and Parentan and those places where there was a lot of blockage that made the progress really difficult. So I'm kind of thinking maybe in that particular situation I could play a German side in order to make it easier for me. But then they do recommend you to play the Allied side in those missions because I guess, for a challenge. Yeah, but then the plan is to chronologically go through the scenarios if I can. I mean, there are a lot of missions, so I'm not be able to play everything, but still I want to give a pretty good showcase of the game. And there's also something called Operation. This is a bit of a mini campaign where there are battles connected to each other in a large map, mostly. So if you finish one battle, you go into the next, and I guess at the end you do have to achieve an objective, of which there are a few, including destroy everything until they surrender, defend, or move to one particular point in a map. There is also a mission type where you have to capture point. I think capturing flags, so to speak, is going to be the main type of gameplay that we're going to face. Yeah, so I like to try a mission, but then another problem is that the modern machines are not really equipped. Well, they are too well equipped to handle this game, I guess, because the game kind of crashes intermittently, especially when I want to fix the stuttering that goes on. I'm not so sure exactly what the problem is, but then the game do stutter a lot, and I have to alt tab out of the game first and then come back, but then that really destabilizes the game and then crashes it most of the time. So if I make it work, that's good, but if I cannot make it, then, well, make a scrounge up in a part that I have stored somewhere, and then make an XP machine, Windows XP machine, just for playing this game and other older games. I guess I like the game enough that I like to try it. At least they gave all the mods and the extended content that was available, and you put it all in one place, so that's good. Anywho, yeah, let's pick a scenario from the earlier part of the war and try our hand at it. So I do remember a particular mission called Farm that could be... Where is it? Yeah, there is a scenario that I have my eyes on. Let's see. Oh yeah, they have Bastogne. That could be pretty interesting. Another aspect of this game that I wish it could be improved is that they, do have a description here, but I would much prefer if this game had like separate section for multiplayer only maps. Some of these maps are recommended for multiplayer. As you can see, yes, RB notice, it has online play, and you can play by email, TCP/IP, I guess internet. Yeah, the scenarios some of them are designed especially for TCP/IP play or multiplayer. So yeah, I like to avoid it as much as possible because it's obviously not really made for single play. I guess the AI really cannot handle some of the interesting collisions and setups that this particular scenario requires. But I mean, I think the AI is pretty competent in of itself. I guess it makes it too easy. That's probably why they recommend human play the missions. Yeah, okay. A little too late. Okay, that seems hard. Um, where is that? Goodness. There's so many scenarios. The farm, yeah, here you go. 15 turns, small. So this is, I think, the airborne, British airborne troops arriving in a small farm in the French countryside, and they like to dig in and defend against the Germans. This is obviously a custom scenario. I expect it to be more difficult. I really don't know what the original scenarios were. I prefer if I play them first before, digging into these custom scenarios, but they are just all over the place. The UK 6th Airborne Division dropped into Normandy on the night of 5th or 6th of June. So 6th of June is when the D-Day happened. So they just want to make a preliminary drop in order to prepare for the inevitable amphibious assault. Following the successful drop, okay, that's good. They were not relieved quickly as expected, but used as line infantry. Okay, too bad. They continued to guard the eastern flank of the Allied bridgehead until the Allies broke out in August. During this time, they did not participate in any of the famous Commonwealth offensives, but still fought a large range of smaller engagements, some of them around a village called Breville. Breville, oh okay, famous Australian appliance company. This was not Bocage country, but rather ordinary farmland. Often they were supported by 27th UK Armoured Brigade. Opposing them were ordinary German infantry divisions anchoring the flank of the German defensive line, supported by assault guns with little armor. Sources. So it's based on a book, I think. Yeah, so this really aspires to historical accuracy. Designed by Andreas German Boy Biermann. Yes, I guess it's German. Enjoy. So this seems to be a allied mission. Yeah. So fog of war and all these options are available before you start the game. This is where you can set up the handicap or the placement of units. So I just stick to scenario default. Experience bonus normal and normal. If the game gets a bit hard, I guess I can increase balance toward my side. Yeah, I probably try to do that. I'm not trying to save scum or anything like that. Or even, well, maybe if I fail or do not achieve victory, I can come back and try it again. But yeah, some of the battles are like 30 turns, so I don't know whether I'll be able to, come back and try it all over again. Maybe I just load a save or something and try to see if I can make something different out of it. Allied. Okay, so we are playing as a British paratroopers. Use number of players and connection type. The hot seat is when there is a person beside you. Yeah, I don't know how that will work, but yeah, at least it's available. Email is this German soldier. I think it's German. Looking at the mail from his Frau. Yeah, send it back for placement of units and stuff like that and play over a long time. And TCP/IP is radio. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty cool. I'm playing myself. And there's a further information. Yeah, a lot of information. This is all from a book, I guess. Battalion O group or 0 group present. Lieutenant Colonel Willis, Major Bryan, Major Franks, and Captain Willard, all British guys. Major Franks. So I'm a major. I want you to take number 12 and number 11 platoons of your company and occupy the farm at grid reference 45903429. It's a French farmhouse. Number 10 platoon is still needed at the bridge, but may join you later in the day. Digging around the farm. I believe that this is an obvious point for any Jerry counterattack, and the hill gives a nice observation spot into our rear. I send out one of our mortar FOO chaps with you, and a 6-pounder just in case. there have been some reports of SP guns being abroad. Jerry has had a new formation in, and I want to be sure that they don't try something on as a greeting. Sometimes they are just cocky when they arrive. 2 hours later, you arrived at the farm building, occupied it. Oh, so you're just digging in. You already arrived at the farm. The French farmer and his family moved out. Oh, okay. Well, too bad for the farmer. I bet they greeted them with like wine and stuff, and then they just ordered them out of the house. Now the rain is falling, and another sodding Normandy day is breaking. Yeah, it's a rain, so it's a special effect. The forces under your command. Decoy 12 Dorset. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. You have 2 anti-tanks, I guess. This is anti-tank, Piat. 2 mortars, 2-inch mortars. 4 squads. And detached from 12 Dorset at HQ Koi is 1 6-pounder 80 gun, anti-tank gun. I'm going to be facing some armor too. Yeah, oh boy. And 1 3-inch mortar FFO team. Okay, so there's some reinforcements that will join me. This game is 15 turns. Yeah, so protect them as much as possible. Alright, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there you go, the gun. Now this is part where I save and then try to come back after I have made sure that the still turning can be stopped. So I hope that you're okay with that. Need to save first. Yeah, it's all driven by... I mean, the camera is driven by mouse, but then the more in-depth functions are hotkey based. You don't really see any type of buttons for saving and stuff like that. You just have to know what you're doing. The farm, okay. Save, and I try to get out and come back. Yeah, as you can see now, the scootering has mostly stopped, and I can now view the battlefield a bit better. Alright, so you have the hill. And I guess I'm expecting Germans. Yeah, I guess you gotta protect the hill, and you have all these forces now waiting in the woods. Don't want to be caught out in the open, right? So you're all like in a area where there's some growth, some bushes, so as to protect your armament. And you have this guy, Captain Frank. This is me actually. What the letter or order addressed to. And Lieutenant Tankersley. So let's go a bit closer and all these jeeps and stuff like that to recon. And you have a Piat, I think. The Vickers MG, okay, so MG nest is right here. I don't know whether he can fire out of it. I'm not so sure. Maybe I can move. And this is the Piat, which is the anti-tank bazooka equivalent. And the spotter for mortar. So everything's set up. You gotta just have to know where to look for. Certainly, and this guy is out in the forest. Yeah, I think everything's set up pretty well and nice. This is a gun. 6-pounder 80 gun. Yeah, and this is the captain that gives each particular attribute. So it has a special attribute that you can confer onto the units in the vicinity. Yeah, most important unit, as you can see by the designation, A and 0. So this is the first unit in the, I guess, the roster of units that I have right now at my disposal. And this is a CO, and probably this is BO, yeah, so these guys all connected. These guys are more or less a commanding officer that confers some of the special ability to the units around. Yeah, so moral +1 and stealth +1. I guess this is what the unit special attribute for the unit. And for the BO, it's moral +1, combat +2. Yeah, okay. And yeah, this guy is the best. Command +1, I guess that makes the units, when they receive the order, execute that order faster. Moral +2, combat +2, stealth +1. So yeah, these guys are all veterans. But then, yeah, these other guys are all regulars. And let's check out this guy. This guy has a range of 2,000 meters. As long as it has a pretty good view of the open field, as you can see. Green means as it becomes brighter, it means that you can see better. As it kind of goes darker, it means that the chance to hit or even spot is reduced. And this little, I don't know why they didn't just cut this tree off, but there's some wooden areas where the side is blocked. So yeah, this is a way to measure whether you'll be able to see the opponent and attack them, target them. Don't think I need to move this guy, just have to protect it as much as possible. I do expect Germans from this side, and maybe they're going to also come from this area. I'm not so sure exactly. Now, if you see, there's a way to see the scenario briefing, so I probably have to check once more and see. Yeah. So they just want you to dig in around the farm. And yeah, that's true. Observation spot is good. And the Mortar FFO chap, I think that is the guy who is in the farmhouse looking over the hill. Expanded just in case. The SP guns is self-propelled guns, right? So that's a problem. It's gonna pin our troops. Yeah, alright, but let's just try it. Okay, the forces under your command. You dig in. Alright. Okay, so this is the planning phase of the, or as you can see, setup phase in the beginning of the game. And this is options that you can give to your units before everything begins. So you can move your units to the wheat field or set up your units on the wheat field. So you can like do this and try to look over the area and then see that it's really blocked in a lot of different areas, so I guess it's not really a good position, so I need to move this guy back. Yeah, so everything's set up, I think. Maybe I can try to move the jeep outside of the farm. To see whether, you know, as a recon. So I can move this guy to this open ground wall. So yeah, alright, so there's some walls around this area, so I don't know whether the Germans will set up against the wall here. And there's a way around it. Okay. Alright, let's try to move this jeep. So you can move the vehicle here and then you can rotate it to face the direction. Pretty useful. And line of sight split, okay. You can also try to hide and ambush the troops as they come by. I think if you hide, then they're gonna not attack the units until they are in this unit's lethal range. Most likely it's going to be around 100 meters. Now this particular unit, sorry, it's kind of hard to control this game. As you can see, the line of sight is all blocked, so I had to engage them near the wall, or even go into the house. Now this guy can probably see, yeah, probably have an open area like this. It's a pretty good vantage point. So I think I want the same thing for this guy as well. Maybe I can place my unit in the building, top floor, and look around here, see if this yeah, you can actually see all around here, so I guess it's pretty good. Yeah, we'll be able to try to attack these guys who are coming on this side. And how about this guy? A Piat. Alright. Okay. Finish mortar. I think mortar has a range of 460. Okay, so it's plenty. Let's try to move this guy in the scattered trees and rotate. And this guy is affected by this guy now. And see if we can look at over this area. Yeah, we can. 100 meters or so. Okay. Yeah. All pines. How about if I place this guy here? Okay. Well. Okay. Not really a good placement. I try to place this guy in scattered trees. Here. Yeah, wow. You can hear the sound of war all around you. Okay. Airborne squadron. So you need to be in the top floor to see everything. There's another mortar guy. Spotter. And... okay. If I place the guy in the light building. Can you see? No. Top floor? What can you see? On the back side. Okay. Yeah. Alright. Inside the building, I want to get onto the top of this. Maybe here? Let's see. Alright. Yeah, I guess you can see, yeah. Alright, you can see it. Yeah, you can have a pretty good, yeah, this is a really good vantage point. Yeah, cool. Piat, well. See, what is the range for this guy? 200. I just moved this guy here. Get the trees, just in case. And I moved my guy here. Rotate the face where the gun is facing. How about this guy? Alright, so this guy probably is that reinforcement. Alright. Join you later. Okay. But this is not the reinforcement. Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe this is the reinforcement. Alright, so reinforcement guys, well I like to try to see where the Germans are coming from first, so I try to hide in the, get quiet in the forest for now. And let's see what happens. Maybe I can hide perhaps? No. Let's try to hide. Yeah, hiding. Can this guy also hide? Spotter. He also set ambushes. Maybe this guy should set an ambush. Okay. Probably it's too close, I'm not so sure. Yeah, let's go though. Let's save and see what happens. Alright, quiet. You can't really hear the enemies coming, but does definitely give you a sound cue. Now it's raining, so it's hard to hear what is happening. Alright, so the Germans have set up, and these guys are rested, alright. So now I can move. Before that, because of the setup phase, I'm limited to where the red line was, but now it's kind of all unlocked, so I can move around. But then I'm not gonna move because I'm in a defensive position. I need to just hold this hill. I'm wondering if some of these guys will come over here. I don't know. Still hiding, right? Yeah, still hiding. Okay. Yeah, I can hear them. You can hear the Germans. Uh-huh. Yeah. I can hear them. Let's go a bit closer. Alright, so the action phase lasts around a minute. Alright, very quiet. This jeep. I need to move this jeep to see what is happening outside. Alright, so the minute is done, action phase is over. Planning phase once again. They obviously this guy's limited. Side block, you can probably travel, try to move. In non-open ground, maybe I can see what is happening here. Ooh, yeah. Now these guys can also try to move. Kind of not move out in the open, but try to sneak. Running into the brush. Yeah, so these guys are going in there. Sneak, sneak. Yeah, I don't like that. Don't go over the wall. Just try to sneak down here. Same for you too. What is this? Oh, it's a machine gun guy. Huh. Yeah. I guess this guy cannot sneak because of the heavy armament. Crawl? No, just halt. No, I think they need to move along with the rest of the group. So move, I guess. Move first here and here, and set up in the brush. I think that's good enough. And these guys will be hiding. Hide. Okay. There's no entrenchment level, so like even though you might just hide. Oh, I see some Germans here. They're coming. Jerrys are coming. Cocky Jerrys. Now this is approximation of a unit that's coming. Howdy there. So this might be around 5 to 10 rifle squadron. And obviously they're in a recon detail, I guess. They're just trying to see what is up there in the farmhouse. You can see right there. Yeah. I think they can actually see the jeep now. And the gun. I need to change the ambush marker right away, it seems. Yeah, I guess there's a range of 400 something. You know. Infantry, I definitely can see. Wow, it's really a good vantage point. I think they can. They try to shoot when they reach around here. Because it's, I think, hiding, perhaps? Right, yeah. Right. Now this guy is able to target side block only from this side. I think some Germans will come from this side too. So stay there. Yeah, I see the Germans now. Maybe I should split up my troops and send some of these guys on this side. Change mortars. They're going here. I think this is higher elevation too. Yeah. Kind of difficult to like assess the height map. Although we are generally in the higher ground, so we're going to have the benefit. Yeah, so this is all like lower grounds, lower area. Okay. Sure, let's wait for them. And these guys are coming, going up the walls. As you can see. Marsh, it says. Yeah, I don't know where the vehicle might come from. I hear some sound, I hear some vehicles. Now guys are moving from the forest into the bush. We're going to confront them. And these are probably the vehicles. No, these are the infantry. Oh, yeah, there's some engagement going on here. I don't know exactly where, but they start shooting. Okay, now they started shooting at the infantry. They know that we are here, so they might call upon the artillery. Does the jeep have any Oh, okay, so jeep can transport guys. Yeah, they don't have any attack capability. Alright, so are we moving? We are just sneaking our way. And the Germans are pouring out into the wheat field right now. Okay. Yeah, I can see them coming from here. Now, the vehicles might come from here too, because this is only areas where it's not covered by the wall. So obviously they're gonna take advantage of it. This, yeah, ambush marker has to work. If I can make it a, see. Open ground, open ground. Ambush. Here. I don't know what happened to the other ambush marker, but well, I can halt everything, right? That's a target. Yeah. Oh, okay, so you can choose the ambush markers after you lay them down. That's pretty cool. And now, let's see. It's 100, so it's gonna start shooting. Should I not hide anymore? Yeah, they already started shooting. Some of these guys started shooting, so maybe I should not hide anymore. Yeah, pretty exposed. So let's try to shoot them. Side block. Mortar. Target. Refill. Let's try to target this guy, or should I target this guy? Let's just wait. I think they're gonna, some of these guys will attack automatically. And this guy's, yeah, stop hiding. I think these guys might, I don't know, the Germans will come from this side. They seem to be coming from this side mostly, so I think this guy will not be able to do anything important. But I think I need to move this guy to around here. That floor. And see if they can have a better vantage point. Yeah, and guy has one rifle, two rifles, one SMG. Not really effective against right now. Not really effective. Let's just check the ranges, the effective range. The 100 meters is when they actually can do something. Maybe I should hide, perhaps? I'm not so sure. This is all confusing. Machine guns, yeah, definitely. Gammon bomb. What the heck is gammon bomb? They're 150, so I guess they can affect around 20 or so damage because it's just in between this area. Maybe I should hide? I'm not so sure exactly how this works, but yeah, let's try. Yeah, this guy will move. And this guy will further come in, and then we can open up. Yeah, one more turn, and then we open up. How about this jeep? Well, the jeep is going to follow them. Road, perhaps? I'm not so sure. Maybe... here? And rotate. Yeah, they're coming. Oh my goodness. Oh, machine gun. Don't go there. Don't go there. Stay in the wooded area. Okay, alerted. Okay, now they need to... Uh-oh, what is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Get out of there. What is this? Oh, no, no, no. They need to go back. This is not good. Yeah, this is artillery, I think. Assault gun, yeah. Self-propelled artillery gun that you're talking about. Oh my goodness. 3 dead or hurt. Out of commission.